I don't know what you thought you heard.
Heard her crying is all. They ain't meant no harm. You a family man now. About to know the love of a father to son, daughter. What I've done don't change that kind of love, that bond. I ain't asking you to forgive me. I just want to look at you for a while.
When'd you get out?
Week or so. Looking good, Willie boy. Strong.
Why'd they let you go?
I could not look away. I needed to know what was going to happen next. Mostly because of that pacing that they created with that anticipation of something is amiss and this is going to go very wrong. But I also was hooked because I cared about the couple. They just seemed like an amazing, hopeful, resilient young couple who was trying to do better than their past. And I wanted to see their success continue, especially with the promise of a new child. So when the father came in to potentially disrupt that, I felt like I was fighting on behalf of them. I did think the performances were brilliant and grounded, especially the father. It was fully believable and had that affable quality of why they'd let him in the house, to also that really disturbing quality that kept on underlying it, and was very sinister as it evolved. So I was personally very, very into this. I thought it was excellently done.
I want to, off the bat, comment on the editing and the script structure. I think you do a really great job of setting this up to increase pacing throughout and keep that tension, and that's what creates a really great thriller, is this build up throughout time. I think you do a really great job of doing that, and you also do a really great job of creating these characters that you want to root for. Really great character building with this couple, really great world building to center their story within the setting and really up the stakes each time. I think it makes it really enticing to watch, but also puts the audience at the edge of their seats even more.
Father comes off, he's so charming, but yet there's still a malevolence about him, and you're wondering what's going to happen. But it goes really dark, and that was very interesting. It was really good writing. This is a really, really good example of just on small resources getting a full story out there. You know, it's just primarily 3 characters in one house, and that you're able to get a whole scope of a whole life, you know, that we find out about here, and that it goes so dark that it comes down to a showdown to the death at the end. Really good job. The acting was really good, and the writing was really good. Especially the dialogue was great, you know, and the dad was just so charismatic, you know, and you know, the 2 younger, the son and his wife, they did a great job of just, you know, they're going through it and trying to figure out what's going on, and the son's dealing with this dark past. So it was a great job. And you know, we had the like the police officer shows up, he did a good job too, and the little girl at the end was in, all that just seemed very real and natural.
Conflicting morally gray concepts such as mental illness within family and the unresolved trauma of crossing some pretty severe boundaries that it can be argued are even worth forgiving in the first place. Throughout the film, we learn that the father is very much unwell. And at first we don't know much about it in the context of why there's bad blood between the father and the son, but as the film goes on, you see the seeds of, you know, he's very much has a jaded view of women, and he's trying to get the son to have that same mind frame about women, and you know, all these red flags are very apparent, but at the end of the day, it's his dad, which is what makes the whole thing just super jarring.
I really enjoyed the tension that we had there. The background story of Vanessa James, I think it was very interesting, very actually compelling to follow since the stranger comes into the backyard in the beginning and then they find out all that was he was an actual stranger. I think it was absolutely brilliant, and the tension, the acting is great. The final is quite shocking, actually. I really enjoyed the ending, the last few minutes. There is these beautiful shots. In terms of direction, I really have no complaints. I think their direction is simple but engaging, and it's that kind of direction you need in thriller films. You need to keep it moving. You don't have to stay static all the time. Like if it was a documentary. So I think overall the film was well done, and on top of that, I would just say as well, like, congratulations on the music. It's very chilling. It really gives you, it makes you shiver.
As we get to see a surprise on our main character's doorstep, we find sudden secrets, be revealed that are shocking to not only the characters, but the audience themselves. I like the fact that they point out uh, systemic issues within this film as they make a comment as to people of color being wrongfully imprisoned. But as time goes on, we, as the audience and the characters, soon find out this person is rightfully in his place. But we find that our lead male is conflicted as this responsibility of family, and he doesn't want his father to die in prison. So it's interesting to see the ways that they try to get you to want to sway and be on the husband's side, but the entire time you're just kind of standing by his wife. And she points out how, you know, you don't want to fall into this. You don't want to be complicit. You don't want to be in the same position as him. It shows what love really should be versus what was presented to him in the first place.